and welcome to the Breakdown Beginner Flow with me, Jake Gilmore. On behalf of the Waynesville Yoga Center, thank you so much for stopping in to watch this video and hanging out with me. Thank you very, very much. So, as always, let's begin either sitting on a bolster or a firm pillow, just to get your hips elevated a little bit and to be engaging with the correct posture. We're not coming forward, we're not sitting back, just our shoulders are right over our hips. And just be mindful of your comfort level here. Be your own advocate for your body. What feels right? If you want your feet to come together, that feels better. Or maybe you want your feet to come out like this. Be comfortable, but be aware of your posture. As we begin into this class, we're always going to start with a breathing technique. Nothing too serious, pretty laid back, but again, it's all about that comfort level and where you can kind of focus in on yourself and not rush it. So, starting out in a good posture, not too rigid, just somewhere, just Goldilocks, just right in the middle of goodness, right? So, with your hands on top of your thighs there, let's inhale those shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale the shoulders down. Let's begin to kind of just roll those shoulders up and back. And the breath will come. We just want to get our shoulders moving just a little bit here. And let's go up and forward. Great job. And let's become stillness here. Let's take our right hand, place it on our left knee. Let's inhale through the nose. Exhale, begin to slowly pull and looking out over that left shoulder. No need to torque it out here. Just a wee bit of twist here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, release, return back to center. Take a moment to compare side bodies. Inhale through the nose. And let's take our left hand, place it on our right knee. Inhale through the nose. Begin the turn. Exhale. Excellent. And breathe. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, return to center. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's take a couple of breaths here, just intentional, beautiful breaths of inhalation through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Two more. Inhale through the nose. And settle into this nice seated breathing position. Taking this moment to set your intention for this class. Putting distractions aside, not overthinking things, just becoming centered in this moment for yourself, showing up for yourself in this moment. And breathe. Find that comfort. Find your intentional breath. You have to. Sometimes it's a fight to get to just being in the moment. It's just an hour-long video where you get to invest and indulge in yourself. I'm going to allow you to invest in yourself. If you need permission, I'll give it to you. Allow yourself to show up in this moment and practice some yoga. Let's take our left hand. Let's place it on the floor, just directly, just right from the left hip. Inhale that right arm up and you have a little bit of shoulder issues, you can always let the arm fall back behind. This will get it done as well. So let's inhale, push up to the seated position. As always, taking a moment to just compare your side bodies. Feel the difference, slow it down, hone your intuition. And right hand down on the floor, inhale that left arm up. Opening up this side body. It's good stuff. Good stuff. I declare it so. Inhale that left arm up and return to the seated position. See how we've created balance here. Let's take a couple more intentional breaths. Inhale through the nose. Two more. One more. Left hand down on the floor. Inhale that right hand up. Again, you can always let that arm fall back behind your back. You're still opening up your chest and the front of your delt, your shoulder. Inhale, come back up to the center. Compare side bodies. Right hand down on the floor. Inhale, left arm up. Don't hold your breath. Breathe. Maybe you've not tried it yet, but let's bring up that left hand and let's let it fall back to our lower back and feel the pull right through there. Get a little bit of a less of a side body opener up, but you still get that neck and shoulder. You feeling that? And let's press up back to center. Excellent. Right hand, left knee, inhale through the nose. Exhale, begin the twist. Looking out over that left shoulder. Maybe find a little bit more depth here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, back to center, forward. Awesome. Left hand to right knee. Inhale through the nose. Now, notice how when you inhale, it makes you straighten up a little bit. It goes to your posture. Dig it. And exhale, looking over that right shoulder. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, back to center. Awesome, awesome job. Now, let's come forward. Let's move our bolster, blanket, whichever. And let's meet in this tabletop position. Go into some cat-cows. Inhale the spine up towards the ceiling, crown of the head towards the floor. Exhale out, belly towards the floor. And flow through it. Inhale up. Exhale down. Great job. Inhale up. And just play. And let's come to a flat back. Let's extend that right leg and splay out the toes. Splaying out the toes. And press it heel towards the floor. Maybe keep a little bit of a slight bend in that right knee. We don't want any hyperextension going on here. Want a little bit of a bounce maybe. Remember, it's just yoga. Just play. Getting to know your body. And let's bring that right leg, extend the left. Same thing. Creating balance. Always creating balance. Give you a little bit of fair warning. This is a brand new mat that I just purchased today. And it needs to be cured. So if I do any slippage, I just might leave it in, I won't edit out. And if anyone, get a good laugh. And let's bring that left back in the tabletop. Let's inhale through the nose. And next inhale, let's look back at the right foot. And exhale back to the center. And let's flow left foot and center. Right foot and center. Left foot and center. Right foot, center. Left foot and center. Right foot and center. Left foot and center. Awesome. Let's enter into some cat cows. Inhale, spine up towards the ceiling. Exhale, belly towards the floor. And flow. Whenever your mind starts to wander, just come back to your breath. Send your thoughts to where it feels good in the body. I know that when I come up into the cat here, well, I can just feel my lower back being pulled so nicely, and when I exhale, I can feel that contradiction there in the lower back as well. And let's come to the flat back. Now, let's walk our knees onto the edge of the mat. If you have some knee issues, you can always take your blanket or a beach towel or whatever for the cushioning. And let's just go into a little bit of a toe pose here. If you need to, you can always take a block or a blanket and put it right between your legs to give yourself a little bit of cushioning. But this is just a really good hip opener. And let's just walk forward. And let your forehead rest either on top of your hands, or you can let your hands come out in front. Excellent. Next inhale, let's walk our hands back up underneath our shoulders, wrists underneath the shoulders, press up. Walk those knees back in. And let's just place our left hand directly underneath our nose. Inhale that right arm, going to twist. Make sure that our hips aren't going to dip. We want to keep our hips kind of straight. And we just want to stack our shoulders. Inhale that arm up. Feeling pretty tight today. Circle that right arm down. Inhale the left. Being mindful that we're not caving this right hip towards the floor, trying to keep our left side and our right side of our hips straight. If you can, look up at the left arm. And circle that down. Right hand up. And circle down, left up. And circle down, right up. And circle down, left up. And circle down. Awesome. Now let's let our hips come back towards our heel. Walk our hands forward into child's pose. Excellent. Let's inhale through the nose. And exhale, walk your hands out to the right side of the mat, opening up the left side of the body. Next inhale, walk our hands back to the center of the mat. Check in, compare side bodies. Here, let's make little tent spider fingers out of our hands here, lifting and feeling how that elongates a little bit in the lat, delt, and possibly even into your tricep there. Everyone's going to be a little bit more stiff and tight in other places. And release those hands, palms face down. Inhale through the nose. And next inhale, let's walk our hands to the opposite side of the mat. Open up the right side of the body. And always paying attention to your breath. Next inhale, walk hands back to center of the mat. Excellent. Child's pose. Next inhale, let's come back up to the tabletop. And from here, from this tabletop, extend the right leg, followed by the left, entering in to our first plank of the day. Now let's inhale our hips up towards the ceiling, and let's begin to bend those knees, and let's cycle those legs out. Awesome. Press through the floor there. Strong shoulders, not curving your back in. Straight spine. And look forward. Let's slowly walk to the top of the mat, meeting in a forward fold. Keeping your knees bent. Crown your head towards the floor. If you want a little bit more depth, you can always come down where there's a little bit more bend in your knees. Once you get to a comfortable bend in the knees, slowly start to kind of straighten them a little bit, but keep a small bend in your knees. And breathe. I feel a great deal of stretch in the center top of my back here. Explore your body. My flow classes are always slower because I want to stay connected and intuitive to my body, to understand what I'm engaging with, not just fast stuff, slow. Hands on shins, press up to a flat back, slowly straighten those legs, crown of the head towards the screen. And let's inhale through the nose. Exhale, forward fold, slight bend in the knees, crown of the head towards the floor. Next inhale, let's slowly come to a standing mountain pose. Coming up standing. Let the shoulders come up towards your ears and let's roll them back. Excellent. Meeting in mountain pose. And from our mountain pose, let's pick up our toes. Let's slowly kind of rock back into our heels. And let those toes splay out and then place them back down on the mat. This is where we kind of get to kind of froggy sounds, depending on how sweaty your feet are and how kind of rubbery your mat is. Maybe you can hear that on the audio, I'm not sure, but you kind of want to claw your mat a bit. There you go. And that's the type of interaction that you want within the balance. And again, we're not always locking out our legs. We're forever keeping a slight bend in our knees for all the balance and absorption. So slight bend in knees, and don't forget to interact with your toes. Our shoes tend to bundle our toes far too much, and they don't allow them to work the way that they're supposed to. So from this mountain pose, let's inhale those arms up. Palms come together. And we're going to inhale, tighten up like we're grabbing a hold of a rope up and out of the hips. Exhale, left. Excellent. Always be mindful that our armpit isn't coming away from the screen, it's coming towards the screen. And notice how that interacts more, and we're not holding our breath. Biceps by the ears, and we're breathing. Inhale up, release into a cactus. And seal it. Excellent. Again, finding that comparison between the left side of the body and the right side of the body. And from here, we're gonna inhale, arms up, palms come together. Inhale, tighten up and down to the hips. Exhale, right. Beautiful, beautiful. Inhale, back up, release, cactus. And seal it. Great job. Now from here, we're just going to inhale our arms up, slight back bend, exhale, forward fold, and just hang out here, knees slightly bent. Place hands on shins, press up into the flat back. Inhale through the nose, exhale, forward fold. Let's place your hands on the mat, send that right leg back, followed by the left, meeting the plank. And always, come down to your knees into a modified plank. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, down and hover. Elbows, try to keep those elbows in towards the rib cage. Exhale, release. Let's press up into a cobra or upward facing dog where your thighs come up off the mat. Be mindful of your lower back. Exhale, back down. Engage those toes in the back. Send the hips back towards your heels in the child's pose. And sometimes it helps to kind of pull your hands towards the top of your heads a little bit. Inhale, hips up towards the ceiling, downward facing dog. If you ever want to check into your downward facing dog to see if you're doing it right, always come forward into that plank. Inhale back up. And look forward. Slowly walk to the top of the mat. Excellent. Place hands on shins. Press up to the flat back, crown the head towards the screen. Exhale, back down. Excellent job, everyone. Inhale, slowly come to the standing mountain pose. Awesome, awesome job. From the standing mountain pose, let's pick up that right leg, let's send it back, finding your line. Your front heel should be in line with your back heel. Front left knee shouldn't be going out left or right. If this is your knee and this is your ankle, you don't want your knee going like this. You want it stacked right above that ankle. And let's inhale our arms up. Squaring your shoulders towards the screen. Notice how this back foot is pointing away from my body. Now, if your hips or your knees are giving you issues, you can always go into this this lunge, and you can step forward a little more. Be an advocate for your body. Inhale through the nose. Exhale into warrior two. Beautiful job. Take time to kind of see how this back arm is tracking with this back leg. And this knee is about a 90-degree angle. Excellent. Now let's slowly begin to straighten that front leg. Hands come down the hips and let's step forward. Excellent job. And from here, let's pick up the left leg. Let's send it back. Again, finding your line. Not letting your knee go over your ankle. It's always stacked. Finding your line and finding your balance. Again, be an advocate for yourself. Inhale those arms up. Warrior one. Awesome job. Way to go. Bring those arms back, back, back. Excellent. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Warrior two. Awesome. Bring your hands back down to our hips. Straighten that front leg. Step forward. Great job. Awesome. So let's go through a couple of little phases of that. We're going to throw in a reverse warrior at the end, and it'll be enjoyable. So awesome. So standing at the front of your mat in this mountain pose, let's pick up our toes up off the mat, rock back a little bit, and place those toes back down. Slight bend in knees, and let's just enter into that intentional breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Pick up that right leg, send it back. Inhale those arms up. Beautiful job. Strong warriors. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Out into warrior two. And for warrior two, let that right hand come down on that right leg. Inhale, left arm back. Reverse a warrior. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Inhale, back up. Warrior two, straighten front leg. Hands come to hips, step forward. Good job. And from here, let's pick up that left leg, let's send it back. Find your line. Get your shoulders coming forward. Inhale those arms up. Warrior one. Awesome. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Warrior two. Always take your time and checking in with your knee placement. If you need to come up out of it too, that's all right. Be your own advocate. Love yourself. Awesome. Left hand comes in on that left leg. Turning that hand, scooping the air back. Reverse the warrior. And inhale back up. Awesome. Great job. Hands come to the hips, straighten the front leg, and step forward. Beautiful job. We're going to do some tree poses here. So let's root into this left foot. Notice how, I don't know, I always like to have fun with like just interacting with my body. The heel comes down and it kind of makes me want to splay my toes a little more. Like a tree, our toes are our roots, you know? So, kickstand a little bit. Keep your hands on your hips, but find a focal point on the floor or where the ceiling and the wall meet. Trust me, it helps. If you're looking left or right, your body's going to go left or right. Wherever you look, that's where you'll go. So focus on a point about 5 feet in front of you. And when you're ready, inhale those arms up, or you can keep your arms at your hips. And let's bring leg up. And if you need to, you can use some furniture, wall, you know, a loved one, and just find your tree pose. And if you really want to really engage with some of your strength, you can exhale, bring in your arms down to heart center. Great job. And exhale out, and let's shake that left leg out. Good job. And let's root into that right foot. Again, I always like to just take my heel, play with it, and watch my toes splay out. Find your kickstand, find that focal point. Hands go wherever you like, on the wall, loved one, whatever. When you're ready, grow your tree. Great job. And breathe. And check in with that right leg. Make sure you're not locking out. Make sure there's just a little bit, just a small incremental bend within that leg. Good job. And let's inhale through the nose. Exhale, release, and shake it out. Good job. Now we're asking a lot of our legs in this class, so let's ask some more of it, okay? So at the top of our mats, let's pick up our right leg, send it back, go into our warrior one. Excellent. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Inhale back up, warrior two. Hands come to the hips, straighten front leg, and step forward. Excellent. Pick up the left leg, send it back, finding your line. Inhale those arms up. Warrior one. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, warrior two. Great job. Great job. Play with your strength here. You want to go a little bit lower. Just making sure that that knee doesn't go out in front of your toes. Left hand tracks that left leg. Inhale up. Reverse the warrior. Back up. Warrior two. Straighten front leg. Hands come to hips. Step forward. Awesome. From here, let's root down to that left foot. We do another set of tree pose. Kickstand. Inhale those arms up. Finding your focal point. Bring your leg to where it needs to go. And become a tree. What kind of fruit do you want to make for yourself today in today's practice? I could go for an apple. Excellent job. Good job. Notice how your body wants to correct. Use your toes. Use the muscles in your feet or in your foot. And let's come out of that. Check out the left leg. Great job. Touch root to that right foot. Kicks in. Focal point. Maybe place your hands on your hips. Just get in it with yourself, you know. Inhale those arms up. When you're ready, bring those hands back down to heart center. And breathe. And let's kick out of that. And beautiful. Good job. And from here, let's enter back into the mountain pose. We put a little bit of healthy stressor on our body here. Let's return back to that purposeful breath and slow things down just a wee bit. Excellent. Now from here, maybe grab a block nearby or a thick book, and let's have it nearby. Because we're going to go into what I really enjoy doing. If you guys take my classes, I like my low lunge twist. Because it really just gets your body moving in ways that you don't normally get it to do. How many stories have you heard about people, I was in the shower, blah, 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 and I grabbed my shampoo and ouch kabibbles. I mean, just heard it all. And that's because they're not doing a healthy stress twist. And there's some lack of a muscle there too. So that's why I always, as I'm doing these videos, I'm realizing how much twist I always put in, because that is just something so unnatural we don't do. So yoga is to get you out of your rigor mortis of doing the same damn thing all the time. So from here, in our mountain pose, let's inhale our arms up, slight back bend, exhale, forward fold, find the ground. Inhale up, hands on shins. Exhale down, pick up the right leg, send it back. Now from here, you're going to grab your block, place it either directly underneath your nose or about 3 inches away from where you're looking down with your nose. Inhale that left arm up and look up at the left arm. If you need to, right knee can come down on the ground. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let the left hand come down to the lower back and opening up that chest. Inhale, left arm up, circle down, bring the right leg up, meet and forward fold. Place hands on shins, come up to a flat back. Exhale, back down. Pick up the left foot, send it back. Again, you can always go to the floor here with that knee. You can use a block if you like, placing it directly underneath your nose or out to the left a little bit. Inhale, right arm up and twist. And breathe. What healthy stress we're putting on ourselves right now. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let the right hand come down to the lower back and pull that right shoulder away from the ground. Awesome. Good job. Inhale, right arm up, circle it down, and let's go into a plank pose. Send that right leg back. Again, you always come to this assisted here, modified. And we're going to keep our elbows in. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, slow lower, hover, 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 hover. Release. Let the tops of your feet come flat on the mat. Press up into this cobra or the upward facing dog. And exhale down. Let the right cheek come down to the floor. Release those hands facing up towards the ceiling. And breathe into your mat. Next inhale, bring those hands back up underneath your shoulders. And let's press up into this cobra. Exhale back down. Press away from the mat, send the hips back towards the heels. Excellent. Engage these back toes. Pull the hands towards the top of your head. Inhale the hips up. Downward facing dog. Awesome. Great job. And let's look forward and slowly walk to the top of the mat. Or somewhere near the top of the mat. Place hands on shins. Press up into a flat back. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, back down. Pick up the right leg. Send it back. Let's go to our low lunge twist. Right hand on the ground. Inhale, left hand up into the air. Looking up at that left hand. Pressing through the floor with that right hand. And breathe. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let the left hand come down to the lower back, opening up that shoulder. Inhale, left arm up and circle back down. Bring that right leg up and forward, meeting in the forward fold. Place hands on shins, pressing up into a flat back. Exhale, back down. Pick up that left foot, send it back. Left hand on the mat. Inhale, right hand up. And breathe. There's no shame in coming to a modification. If you need that left knee to come down, you can do that. Be an advocate for yourself, but also push yourself if you can. Find that boundary for yourself. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, right hand, lower back. Open up the chest. Tight shoulders. Inhale, right arm, circle down. And let's send that right leg back, meeting in plank. Inhale, exhale, slow lower, and hover. Hover, 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 release. Press up, upward facing dog. Exhale, back down. Left cheek, release, palms towards the ceiling. And breathe into your mat. Excellent. Inhale. Hands back up underneath your shoulders. And let's press our hips back towards our heels, going into child's pose. Engage those back toes. Inhale those hips up. Downward facing dog. And let's pick up that right foot up towards the ceiling. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Look forward, bring that right knee up between the hands, entering into a pigeon pose. If you need to, you can always take a block and place it underneath your sit bone there, and then just walk it out. Your back left foot, the top of your foot is resting on the mat. Being mindful of that left knee. And it doesn't necessarily matter where the placement of this right knee is. What matters is getting this little hamstring area in here and finding that stretch. It's a runner's pose, aka pigeon pose. Next inhale, let's walk those hands back up underneath the shoulders. Engage that back left foot and press up. Send that right leg back, meeting in this plank. Inhale those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Great job. Now let's inhale through the nose. Exhale, come back to that plank.
Inhale, hips back up. And let's send that left leg up towards the ceiling. Heel towards the ceiling, look forward. Left knee comes up between the hands and walk your way into pigeon. Where do your thoughts go? Are you still here with me? We'll get through this together. This and the virus, won't we? Inhale those hands back up underneath the shoulders. Engage that back right foot. Press up into the plank. Inhale, hips up and back into downward facing dog. Now let's begin to bend those knees. Let's look forward. Now let's push up out of the floor into plank. Now inhale, hips back up. Beginning to bend those knees. Look forward and press forward. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now let's inhale through the nose. Exhale, slow lower and hover and hover and hover and hover and hover, 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 and release and press up. The upward facing dog. Excellent. Exhale, release down. Send those hips back towards the heels. Child's pose. Now let's inhale up into that tabletop and let's just come to a seated position. Now if you need to, you can have the blanket, you can sit on the blanket or whatever. And we're going to do some straight leg folds here, forward folds. Now, I take my little yoga mat carrier here. You can use a belt. This is just a simple rope or maybe a t-shirt. Just be mindful that you're not pressing the back of your, let's say we're going to begin with our left leg here. You're not going to press the back of your left leg towards the floor, keeping a little bit, like if this is your leg and this is the floor, cupping that just a wee bit so that you're not hyper extending. You can take a washcloth or another sweater or whatever and put it underneath your knee, and that'll help support you in that way. So we take the belt, we throw it around our foot, kind of crisscross it here. Inhale, our arms up. Exhale, forward fold. You can find the rope there. You can pull towards, or you can pull at your feet. But notice how within each exhalation, you find maybe just a half an inch of depth. Or maybe not, but still this is a different way to move your body. And like what the wonderful Martha Stewart says, it's a good thing. Next exhale, release. Awesome. Let's send that right leg out. I'm going to remove that because it's just not for me. I'm going to be an advocate for myself. A man of my word. So from here, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Excellent. And just finding your breath, keeping your mind here and the now. Leaving your forehead just fall forward, maybe get a little bit of a neck stretch here too. Next exhale, release. Awesome. Now send out the left leg, bring in the right. Inhale those arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Next exhale, slowly come up to the seated position. Send out the right leg, bring the left. thing to kind of just think about while you're doing this as you interact with your own body is like, how lazily is your foot, your front foot, engaging with this kind of stretching, you know? Is it just kind of flaccid just forward? Or are you really engaging it? Because hopefully you are engaging it. Notice how when you raise your knee up off the mat, you can't help but move your foot. This is just all the intuition things that are such a beautiful thing about our bodies. And it really pays to pay attention to our bodies, especially with all this virus stuff going on. Let's inhale our arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Next exhale, release. Long enough. Awesome. Let's do one more twist, one more set of twists today. From here, we are going to basically keep the same configuration. Right foot out, left foot in. Then take our left hand, place it behind us. Inhale our right arm up. Exhale, right hand comes down to the left knee, and begin to exhale out, looking out over that left shoulder. Now I tend to have like a thinner block, just because my body is different. It helps, because I don't want to be leaning out like this. I want a straight spine up, so that's why I always use the block, because it straightens my twist. Exhale, begin to look out over that right shoulder, staying in this configuration for a little bit of a neck twist. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Awesome. Let's do the opposite side. Left leg out, right leg in. Right hand behind you so that you have a straight spine. Inhale the left hand up. Up and out of the hips, exhale, left hand comes down to the right knee and begin to twist. Awesome. Good job. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Chin goes towards the left shoulder, staying in this configuration. Inhale through the nose. And release. Exhale. Awesome. Great job. From here, let's go to our backs. Let's pick up our right leg, place that right ankle on our left knee. Right hand comes between the legs, left hand sweeps back around, and let's pull that right ankle towards our heart. Breathe. Notice how this mimics the kind of runner gym pose. Next exhale, let's release. Right foot comes down, left foot comes up onto right. Left hand comes between the legs, right hand swoops around and pull that left leg towards the heart. Exhale, release. Great job. And from here, let's place your hands, palms face down. And your heels are about 4 to 6 inches away from your sit bones here. Inhale those hips up towards the ceiling. If you need to kind of walk your shoulders, kind of closer to your heels a little bit. Hands come underneath your sit bones. And press through those hands towards your heels, keeping the hips up towards the ceiling. Excellent job. Next exhale, release those hands. And let's have a little bit of fun here. Let's lift up the left leg. Awesome job. Exhale, left leg comes down, right leg comes up. And release. Left leg back up. Try to keep those hips up too. Right leg up. Down, left leg up. Down, right leg up. Down, left leg up. Down. And let's slowly exhale, letting our sit bones and our hips come down to the floor. Releasing down to the floor. Enter into Shavasana. Excellent job. Maybe place your hands on your stomach. Inhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Begin to return to that purposeful breath. Being aware of your thoughts and staying centered in this moment. Begin to place your thumb against your index finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger, and then drag the thumb pad across the other fingertips. Wiggle your toes. Maybe you can open up your eyes. And on your next exhale, slowly roll to your favorite side. When you're ready, your next exhale, slowly come to a seated position where you're comfortable, on your bolster, on your towel, whatever you may have. Thank you so much for investing your time, your effort to yourself and Waynesville Yoga Center. Thank you. Namaste.